The Stoic path doesn't promise a life free from hardship. In fact, it acknowledges that suffering, loss, and disappointment are natural parts of existence, but it also offers a way to transcend the emotional turbulence that often accompanies these difficulties. Imagine, for instance, facing the criticism of your work in front of colleagues, feeling like you're the target of unfair judgment. Or imagine the unsettling silence when your partner doesn't respond to your messages, leaving you to wonder if something is wrong. Picture your investments failing, the financial blow leaving you with feelings of helplessness. In moments like these, the initial emotional response might be one of anger, frustration, or despair. Yet, what the Stoics teach us is that we have the power to rise above these emotions, not by denying them, but by consciously choosing how we respond to them. When faced with any challenge, the Stoic doesn't react impulsively. Instead, they apply a methodical approach to confront the situation with rational thought and resilience. The first step in this process is to name the challenge. When you name the problem with precision, you begin to gain control over it. For example, instead of being overwhelmed by feelings of failure when facing a setback at work, the Stoic would say, "I need to find a way to improve my skills in this area," rather than catastrophizing and labeling the whole situation as a personal disaster. Naming the challenge allows us to see it for what it truly is, a specific event or obstacle that we can evaluate and address with logic, rather than an undefined cloud of negative emotions. This helps pull us away from overwhelming, irrational thoughts, and brings us closer to a clear understanding of the situation at hand. Next, the Stoic asks, "What can I control?" This is perhaps the most powerful concept in Stoic philosophy. In life, many things are out of our control: other people's actions, the weather, the outcomes of external events. But what is always within our power is how we respond. While you can't control whether your boss criticizes your work or whether the market crashes, you can control how you prepare, how you react, and how you move forward. You can choose to learn from the critique, to improve your skills, and to stay calm when the world around you is chaotic. In times of financial hardship, you can control your spending, your saving habits, and how you adjust your financial strategies to weather the storm. Recognizing this distinction between what is and isn't within your control shifts your perspective from helplessness to empowerment, making you proactive rather than reactive. Once you've identified what you can control, the Stoic moves to the next stage, accepting reality. This doesn't mean passively resigning to a bad situation, but instead, it means facing the facts with clarity and without distortion. The Stoics understood that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. For example, losing a job might seem like an insurmountable setback, but when you accept it as part of life's ebb and flow, you free yourself from emotional turmoil and are better able to think clearly about your next steps. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of any resistance to what has happened, so you can channel your energy into finding solutions. It's about surrendering to the reality of the present moment, without wishing things were different, and aligning your actions with what is, rather than what you want to be. The Stoic teaches us that accepting life's uncertainties opens the door to peace and clarity. After accepting reality, the Stoic turns inward to define their duty. Each of us has roles and responsibilities, whether as a parent, a partner, a leader, or a friend. When life tests us, it's easy to lose sight of these duties amidst the chaos. But Stoicism calls us to remember our virtues and responsibilities. Our duty is often tied to a sense of personal integrity and the highest virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about knowing what is right to do in any given situation, regardless of how difficult or inconvenient it may be. In moments of adversity, instead of focusing on what you've lost, the Stoic focuses on what they can still give. In the face of a career challenge, you might need to reassess your professional conduct, develop new skills, or take on more responsibility. If a relationship is strained, your duty might be to communicate with empathy, to offer patience, or to show understanding, even if it requires discomfort. This duty might not be easy, but by grounding yourself in it, you create a clear path forward, even in moments of uncertainty. It's easy to become trapped in your own head during conversations, second-guessing every word, worrying about how you're coming across, and wondering if others are judging you. This inward focus heightens anxiety and creates barriers to genuine connection. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that confidence isn't about controlling how others perceive us, but about managing our thoughts and focusing our attention outward. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you have power over your mind, not external events. In practice, this means that when you stop overthinking how you're being perceived and focus on what the other person is saying, you open yourself up to a more authentic exchange. Take, for example, a job interview. If you're consumed with worry about how you're being judged, it's easy to miss the questions being asked or to deliver a disconnected response. But by applying a Stoic mindset, you shift your focus from worrying about how you're coming across to genuinely engaging with the interviewer's questions. This shift doesn't just help ease your nerves, it transforms the interaction into a meaningful conversation, making you more present and memorable. The Stoic concept of attention, the ability to direct our focus where it matters, becomes a powerful tool in creating real, impactful connections. Incorporating another Stoic lesson involves embracing pauses, giving yourself the time to gather your thoughts and respond with intention rather than rushing to fill the silence with a hastily formed answer. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, emphasized the importance of deliberate action, teaching that it is quality, not speed, that matters. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of rushing to answer or respond quickly in a conversation, fearing that silence may indicate weakness or indecision. However, taking a brief moment to pause before speaking not only allows you to reflect on the best way to approach the conversation, but it also communicates to others that you value their words and your own response. Imagine being in a meeting with colleagues or a boss, and a question is posed to you. Instead of nervously blurting out an answer to fill the silence, you pause, take a breath, and reflect for a moment before speaking. The result is that your answer is clear, thoughtful, and well considered, making you appear calm, composed, and confident rather than rushed or disorganized. By embracing these pauses, you give yourself the space to act with wisdom, creating an aura of authority and composure that leaves a lasting impression. Lastly, the Stoic practice of aligning your tone and body language to the situation is an incredibly powerful way to amplify the impact of your words. Words alone only communicate a fraction of your message. Your tone and body language speak volumes about your intentions and your state of mind. As the Stoics taught, harmony with the natural world and the context we find ourselves in is key to living a balanced life. This principle extends to communication. It's important to adapt your tone, posture, and gestures to fit the environment. Imagine you're in a job interview where every detail of your demeanor is under scrutiny. If you speak too casually or with a tone that doesn't reflect the seriousness of the situation, your words might lose their weight, and you risk being perceived as unprofessional. Conversely, by adjusting your tone to reflect the gravity of the situation and maintaining an engaged and open posture, you send the message that you're both present and capable. This alignment of mind, body, and words creates a powerful presence that makes your communication more effective and memorable. By integrating these 5 Stoic techniques, speaking with clarity and brevity, letting go of the need to win, focusing outward instead of inward, embracing pauses, and matching your tone and body language to the situation, you unlock a deeper level of confidence that transforms not just how you communicate, but how you experience life.